Hello out there in TV land or YouTube land or wherever you are watching this video. This is Chad O'Brien for Kaiju Pop, and we are checking out 101, that is 101 Ways to Die, made by 4 Door Lemon and published by Vision Games. And so what we have here is an odd mix of games like Zachtronics' Infinifactory and the old game of Deception, if you ever played that series. So there's a professor who came up with 101 Ways to Die, but his manuscript was destroyed, and now it's up to you to recreate all those 101 ways. So you can see here I'm looking through my traps. There's some traps already set in the stage, and on the right side there's that green tank. And on the left side there's a red tank, but I'm setting a trap right now so it looks green. I'm gonna set a mine, or maybe not, because you can see here my objectives. I've got to use a bumper, the wind trap, and the spear cannon up at the top. So I don't even need the mine because there's only one little sacrifice to make. So instead we're gonna use my bumper. Now, if the splats, that's your sacrificial lambs, if they get from one side to the other, it is game over if it exceeds the counter limit. So you can see at the lower left it says 0 out of 0. That means if we let even one into that exit, it's a failure. So we're gonna let my splat go. They do have some intelligence, so they'll jump over spikes like that. But they won't jump over bumpers. So there, he gives him my wind trap, and he gets hit with a spear. So that was that. And that's basically what you'll be doing for the entire game. So like I said, it's like Infinifactory in that you're basically doing an assembly line model. Later stages will have not one, but 3, 4, 5 splats coming out, and you'll even have different areas where they will come from, so you have to be prepared for that. So let's move on. You can get different achievements for completing things different ways. Let's move on to the next stage. There are, like I said, the bonus missions. You'll get the stars for how well you complete each mission, and stars will unlock further stages. So here we have the Death Logger. This is another relatively easy one. You can see there is the swinging log of death that Death Logger refers to, and we have 2 splats that are going to come out. So yeah, when you begin the stage you get this little panning. You can see there's the exit, and again it says 0 out of 0. Right. So yeah, be creative. You can put traps on slime. Slime is really good because it's slippery. They will fall down it. So right, kill 2 of the splats with the log. Sometimes those icons can be really hard to understand, even if you're looking at the stage. But just play around with it and see what happens. So I'm gonna set up my slime. You can set it anywhere where there's a white line, but I'm going to set it here because that seems to make the most sense. They will not jump over the slime even if they see it, so you don't need to worry about that. I'm going to set one mine here and another mine here. There are physics in this game, so you know, depending on the angle at which you set something, not enemies, but the sacrificial lambs will fly different directions and different lengths and everything like that. So there, I got 1 kill and the 2nd kill. So there you go. That's the end of that level. And I did all the objectives, so I got 3. We're gonna jump ahead here to the next set of stages, so I can show off a little bit more advanced techniques. Alright, so here we have High Five, and we also have what we call the Tank Splat. So the Tank Splat can actually tank damage. So He can hit spikes, he can get blown up, he can move around, so you've got to do some pretty severe damage to kill him. So you can see here on the stage you've already got several traps set up, most of them bumpers. They are not all connected. The ones on the left are, but the first few on the bottom are not. Or they're each their own little selection. So it's my job to look through all this, see what I can do, put a bumper here. So I have one bonus objective of getting a double bumper plus mine plus spikes kill, and then you have a mandatory objective of getting one kill in the lava box. So that means you'll have to bounce enemies up all the way. Now, one thing about tank splats is you also have to be careful because they are slower than the regular ones. It's not an issue in this stage because the tank splat comes out much earlier than the others, but it is an issue in other stages. So you do have to be careful of the speed that the splats are going. So there actually is some kind of strategy involved here. Now, my mistake, this is actually my first run. My mistake was I didn't know that the slime will push the enemies back if it's on a downhill slope. So I ended up screwing up my process here because yeah, there you go. You can see every trap that you use does come with health. So yeah, I decided to reset here. Every trap you use comes with health, and some of them, like all my bumpers here, are one shot, so you can use them once and they're gone. Slime has a bit more. Regular bumpers can be used about 5 times. It just depends on what you're using. There are also things like there are bombs, there are cannons, there's all sorts of things you can come up with. There are boulders in the stages that you can set to, you know, crush everything. So what we're gonna do here is I moved the slime up top, as you can see there, because whoever gets up there, if they land on their feet, then they'll just jump over the lava. So the slime will prevent that. I'm gonna put the first bumper to get that lava box set up because the armor splat will get up there, or the tank splat. The second bumper will drop them right in the spikes, and then the third bumper will get that bonus objective of the bumper mine spike. So here we go. And you can watch all the pandemonium. And there goes the tank splat, and there goes the second splat, and the third splat. And that is basically all there is to this game. So these are still the initial levels. There are much more challenging things later on. Especially, you have to worry about timing, you have to worry about the physics, you have to worry about angles, you have to worry about all kinds of different things. So, if that's your game, then go for it. For more news, go to kaijupop.com or follow us on Twitter, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.